What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with a little bit of Destiny. Now, today we are going to be doing another one of my rare weapon guides, the little series I call Rare Gems that I've been working on. And today we're actually going to be talking about a couple of different hand cannons. And I'm on the moon here just to mix things up a little bit. I'm sure you guys are getting tired of seeing me do these on the Crucible, on Old Russia and the Cosmodrome. So figured I'd mix things up a little bit and we would come up to the moon. We'll change the scenery. Now, I'm going to be actually talking about two hand cannons in this video. These are both rare hand cannons that you will see me using, and there's two different ways to get both of these. Now, the reason I'm combining this video is because I actually had a lot of problems trying to get a good Crucible match using one of these hand cannons. Every time it would put me in a match, it would spawn me in with like 2 minutes to go, and this happened like 5 or 6 matches in a row. Just kept getting bad matchmaking. It kept putting me into games that were just horribly one-sided and with 2 to 3 minutes, and at that point it's not even worth really trying to get some gameplay there. I did take a few clips and I got 2 or 3 kills right before the match ended, but it just didn't really give me enough time to show you what these handguns can do in the Crucible. So these two we are talking about in particular today. Now, the first one, the one I have right here, this is the Plite Denial 0/1, and you actually get this from Vanguard ROC strikes. This is actually one of the better rare weapons that can drop in those. You can see here, this thing's got some really good range on it, and that's one of the things I do like about it. It's got some good range and it's got very good impact. Clear these guys out here a little bit more, and then we'll take a little bit of a better look at this weapon in depth. And again, I'm going to give you guys some numbers on this weapon. Now, these are going to be for when you fight level 30, so the numbers you see popping up on the screen, don't pay attention to those. I see some comments sometimes where people are like, "Oh, your damage numbers are off because it's not what's showing up on the screen." These are only level 6s, and I usually test these out against level 30s and majors. So let's just take a look right here. This is it right here, the Plite Denial 0/1. It says thanks but no thanks. You see here, very slow rate of fire, but it's got a really high impact rating and a very long range. Now on this one I do have Send It, so let me just drop that off for a minute and then you can see what the actual range looks like. Send It is a great perk on this hand cannon, makes it very usable from long range. Stability is not the best, but this is one of those slower firing hand cannons where you don't really need a lot of stability. The one that I got is Quick Draw, True Sight IS, and Sure Shot. It has up final round. Last round of the magazine deals bonus damage, which is good since it's only a 9-round hand cannon. You can take advantage of that. Upgrade damage. I got Send It and Snapshot on mine. And then you've got your last upgrade damage. Now you get these from running the Vanguard ROC strikes on level 26. It's a random drop. You can get any kind of perk setup with this, really. Just kind of random. I see a lot of these drop with explosive rounds on them as well, which can be a lot of fun with a hand cannon. But like I said, the fun thing about this, it's a very slow firing, but it hits like a hammer. This is what I call like a poor man's Timer's Lash. If you guys know the legendary hand cannon you get from the Iron Banner, this is very similar statistics to that weapon, and can be very viable to use in the Crucible. I will tell you right now, you do want to use this on longer range maps. You can see they're getting into a little bit quicker firing there. See how quick it's decently reloads pretty good. As you can see there, it's got a pretty good pace of shot. You can pace your shots pretty well with this. You're going to want to go for precision shots on this weapon. That's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck on these. And like I said, it's got to be a mid-range to long range. This weapon, in these slower firing hand cannons, these just do not perform very well inside of mid-range, especially on smaller maps. And that's one of the problems I keep running into when I'm trying to make these videos. Is I always seem to wind up on a close range map, and I like to always just go ahead and play because I don't do these on a script. Like I told you guys, even if I have a bad game, I still usually show it. So I will just continue to keep on playing. But I'd like to get a match one time where I get a long range map where I can really show how well these weapons work. But it's just the luck of the draw, I guess. But anyways, very good hand cannon if you can get on a mid-range to longer range map in the Crucible, which I know is kind of rare. But maps like Shores of Time, Rusted Lands, think Sky Shock, maybe. I think those are about the only three I can really think off the top of my head that have got mid-range to long-range. There really isn't a lot of good Crucible maps for it. But anyways, moving on to some numbers. Now, if you're using this against level 30s, this does go up to attack rating 294, so you can use it a little bit at the end game. You actually will get 1,618 damage for a headshot on a level 30. That's a regular level 30. And you'll get 540 damage for a body shot. Now, if you go to a level 30 major, you will get 675 damage on a headshot and 450 damage on a body shot. So, not bad numbers, not the greatest, but, you know, again, it's only a 294 attack rating and you're using it against level 30, so you can't expect the world. Now, when you take this weapon into PvP, you will get 95 damage per headshot and 65 damage for body shots. Now, normally, with the headshot, it was about a 3-hit kill normally. Now, if you have final round in there, you'll get a 2-hit kill if it's your 8th and 9th shot. These usually come with 9 bullets in the magazine, unless you get Field Scout on them. So, if you have that last 2 rounds in the magazine, you will get a 2-hit kill, which is very handy. Otherwise, you're looking at about a 3-hit kill. 4 if you're hitting body shots, it's going to be 3 to 4. It's just not a very good weapon to be getting body shots with. Precision shots are crucial with this hand cannon, and the one that I'm going to show you next as well. So that's the Plite Denial 0/1. Now, the other hand cannon I'm going to show you is going to be very similar. This is the primed Big Sky Mark 48. This is another rare hand cannon. This is only 267 attack, though. You get this from the Crucible. It drops randomly in the Crucible. I actually got this while playing Iron Banner a couple Iron Banners ago, so let me equip that. And you guys can kind of see the stat comparison. The real problem with this one is the range drops off a little bit compared to Plite Denial 0/1, and you also only have a 7-round magazine, which on these slower firing hand cannons, this can really hurt you if you don't have a good sized magazine. You can see their rate of fire and impact are actually identical to the Plite Denial, and again, this is kind of like similar to Fellwinter's Lie. Now, this one I got quick draw, fast draw, sure shot. This one has performance bonus. Kills with this weapon will give you reserve ammunition. This one actually did come with explosive rounds and lightweight. Neither one of these are really all that great. I usually use explosive rounds in the Crucible to kind of stagger people, make it a little bit tougher for them to shoot me. You really don't get a whole lot of benefit from explosive rounds. It just kind of spreads your damage out a little bit. You get the same damage usually as normal, but it just basically spreads it out with a little bit of an explosion. And PvE, that can actually hit enemies that are off to the side, give you a little bit of splash damage. But this is a good hand cannon. This has got high impact as well. Again, very slow fire rate on this, but you do get some good impact numbers with this weapon. Now, this has got the exact same statistics in the Crucible. It's going to give you a headshot damage of 95. It's going to give you a body shot of 65. The big difference mainly between these two hand cannons is this one does not quite have the range of the Plite Denial, so it can kind of lag behind a little bit when you are going up against enemies at a longer range. And again, you just want to use these weapons for those longer range, mid-range maps where you have some longer sight lines, because you're going to need time to set up precision shots. You're going to need time to really, pace your shots with this weapon and get some good opportunity for those more open areas where you can excel with a hand cannon. Now, the biggest weaknesses of these, like I just said, number one is you're just not going to have, the ability to get kills up close with this. You're going to be outshot by just about everything up close. Pulse rifles, Last Word, Thorn, Suros, really any of those weapons up close are going to really hurt you. This is like I said, long range, mid range. It's really where you want to be using this. This is where you would use this out, kind of where you would also use a scout rifle. So that's a pretty good range to use it there. You can see here, I'm just using this in a public event, so kind of just messing around here. And this defeat extraction cruise. Not quite sure where this last guy went that we need to kill. This is up there. But just giving you guys a little bit of a show of how this weapon works in PvE. Now I'm going to get into some PvP Crucible gameplay here. On this weapon, the Prime Big Sky Mark 48, if you're using this in PvE against level 30s, this is going to give you 1,415 headshot damage, 472 body shot damage. You'll get 590 damage against a major for a headshot, and you'll get 393 damage for a body shot. So not as good as the Plite Denial, but you have to remember this is only capping out at 267 in terms of attack. Now, this is a weapon that drops in the Crucible, and my kind of rule of thumb is if it drops from the Crucible or you buy it from the Crucible vendor, it's usually supposed to be used in the Crucible as opposed to PvE. Now, you can use this in PvE up to, you know, about level 27 or so, but I would not suggest using this at all for anything towards endgame. It's just, this is a weapon that's purely for the Crucible only, and that's really the only time you want to be using it. So that's going to be pretty much it, guys. Now, just to give you a quick explanation of what you're going to see next, you're going to see some Crucible gameplay. This is the gameplay is going to be with the Plite Denial, because that was the only one I was able to actually get a good match on in terms of the time and being able to show you guys the weapon, sort of the way it works. I tried to get a couple matches with this, with the Big Sky, but for whatever reason, it kept dropping me into matches that were already halfway finished, or like within the last 2 or 3 minutes, so did not get a whole lot of good footage with it, and in the end, I just decided, you know, it's not even worth really showing it to you guys, because there's no point in showing you 2 to 3 minutes of a game, when this performs very similarly to the Plite Denial. So anyways, guys, I'm going to stop rambling here, as I've rambled on long enough, but again, this has been the Rare Gems series. We're talking about hand cannons here. So if you guys will just sit tight for just a minute, I'm going to jump into the Crucible with the Plite Denial 0/1.
Control. Bravo team. Time to fight, Guardians. Capture all zones. Enemy captured Zone C. You captured Zone A. You're in the lead. Zone B secure. Zone A lost. Enemy captured Zone A. Zone B lost. Enemy captured Zone B. They've got them all, Guardians. You neutralized Zone B. Zone C neutralized. Zone C secure. Enemy captured Zone B. Lost the lead. Gained the lead. You neutralized Zone B. Zone B secure. Heavy ammo on the way. Heavy ammo available. Zone B lost. Enemy captured Zone B. You're falling behind. Zone A neutralized. Enemy captured Zone A. Zone A neutralized. Enemy captured Zone A. Heavy ammo inbound. Heavy ammo available. You neutralized Zone B. You captured Zone B. Five minutes remaining. Zone B lost. Zone A neutralized. You're in the lead. Enemy captured Zone A. Zone B secure. Heavy ammo on the way. Heavy ammo available. Another battle won. On to the next fight.
Alright guys, so there you have the Plite Denial 0/1, a little bit of Crucible gameplay with that weapon. Admittedly, that's probably one of my worst matches I've played in a long time. Just a little rusty, haven't been playing much Crucible lately, so kind of didn't play too well that match. As you guys saw, I got 9 assists there. You saw just not getting a lot of kills with this weapon, but it's still a decent hand cannon from like a mid-range. You know, it's a slower firing hand cannon, so you really do have to place your shots very well. As you saw there, the times I was able to get precision hits with it, I actually was able to get a couple of kills, but that's at least, you know, like I said on my earlier video, you know, I'm never going to hide my poor gameplay, so I just like to let you guys have a look at the weapon, see what it can do in the Crucible. As you saw there, 95 headshots and 65 to the body. If you can keep people at mid-range and use this weapon, you know, from a distance, it can hit pretty hard and it's pretty solid. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the weapon review, and you know, despite my horrendous Crucible play there, hope you guys will give this weapon a try if you do happen to pick it up in the right player's hands. It can do some pretty good work there. So anyways guys, it's been TechnoViking23 coming to you today with this weapon review. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I will see you again next time.